Podcast title, India and Pakistan on the Brink, a deep dive into the 2025 crisis. Opening music fades in. Host. Welcome to today's episode of Global Pulse, where we explore the world's most pressing geopolitical issues. I'm your host, your name, and today we're diving deep into the escalating conflict between India and Pakistan in 2025, one of the most serious standoffs in South Asia since the Kargil War. In this episode, we'll explore the root causes of the current conflict, a military power comparison of the two nations, the regional and global implications, and, most importantly, what can be done to avoid a full-scale war. Let's begin. Part 1, the trigger. What sparked the 2025 crisis? On April 22, 2025, a deadly terrorist attack shook the town of Pahalgam in Indian-administered Kashmir, 26. Civilians were killed in a coordinated assault on a tourist bus and nearby police stations. India swiftly blamed the Jaish-e-Mohammed (JEM), a Pakistan-based militant group with a long history of cross-border attacks, despite Pakistan's denial. Evidence shared by Indian intelligence linked the attack to camps across the line of control. This was not an isolated incident. Tensions had been simmering for months due to increased militant activity in Kashmir, ceasefire violations along the Ladakh, and a political climate in both countries that rewards hardline nationalism. What followed was Operation Sindoor, a series of Indian airstrikes targeting alleged terror camps in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. India claimed high-value targets were eliminated, including Abdul Rauf Asghar, a top JEM commander. Pakistan retaliated with cross-border shelling and claimed to have downed Indian drones and killed 13 Indian soldiers, while also accusing India of violating Pakistani sovereignty and causing civilian casualties. Part 2, military comparison. Who holds the edge? Let's pause and compare the military strengths of these nuclear-armed neighbors. Feature India. Pakistan. Active military personnel approximately 1.4 million, approximately 654,000 nuclear warheads, approximately 160 to 170, approximately 165 fighter aircraft, Su-30MK is Rafale jets JF-17 Thunder. F-16's defense budget 2025, $80 billion till $10.3 billion. Missile systems Agni series. BrahMos Shaheen, Gari series naval power 1 aircraft carrier, 10 destroyers smaller fleet. Strong coastal diff, cyber, and space programs advanced developing. While India has numerical and technological superiority, Pakistan maintains strategic parity through its nuclear deterrence and rapid deployment doctrine, such as the use of tactical nuclear weapons in case of Indian incursion. Part 3, global end. Regional fallout. The conflict has rattled the region. Gulf nations like Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar are mediating behind the scenes, fearing the economic impact on oil and trade routes. The United States, led by President Donald Trump in his second term, called for de-escalation but emphasized that this is not America's war, a stance echoed by Vice President J.D. Vance. China, a close ally of Pakistan and economic partner of India, urged both sides to resolve the matter peacefully while quietly reinforcing its presence along the Ladakh in Ladakh. Economic and cultural disruptions are severe. The Indian Premier League IPL and Pakistan Super League PSL were both suspended or relocated. Civilian evacuations are underway in border states like Punjab and Jammu. Trade, water sharing, Indus Waters Treaty, and diplomatic channels are either frozen or collapsed. Part 4, how do we de-escalate? So, what will it take to prevent a devastating war? Third-party mediation. Neutral nations like Switzerland or Norway could broker a ceasefire agreement and facilitate dialogue between intelligence and military officials. Bilateral talks. Revived. reinstating the composite dialogue process to discuss Kashmir, water disputes, and trade in a step-by-step manner. De-escalation hotlines strengthening direct military communication between New Delhi and Islamabad. To avoid misunderstandings and accidental escalation, track to diplomacy. Encouraging informal discussions involving retired military officers, academics, and civil society members to rebuild trust. International pressure. The UN Security Council and major powers must insist on accountability for terrorism while ensuring that sovereignty and stability are respected. Final thoughts. The India-Pakistan conflict of 2025 is a sobering reminder that unresolved historical tensions and politically motivated violence can bring two nuclear nations dangerously close to the edge. This is not just a regional issue, it's a global one, in an interconnected world. Any conflict that disrupts trade, destabilizes populations, or threatens nuclear escalation affects us all. Peace is not weakness. It is strength under control. Closing music begins. Thank you for tuning into Global Pulse. If you found this episode informative, please share it, subscribe to our podcast, and stay tuned for upcoming discussions on conflict, peace, and diplomacy around the world. Until next time, stay informed and stay hopeful.